Floyd Mayweather just sent a loud warning straight at Charleston White, telling him to stay far away from the Big Meech drama or deal with consequences. In Charleston, he's not folding at all. He's standing firm. No apologies, no backtracking. Still speaking his mind like he always does.
From 50 position, I go get your son. And at the time when I meet your son, he's not making the best decisions in life. You know, they say the he was strung out on them perks, and they like to pop them perks. 50 take him somewhat, I wouldn't say clean him up, but spend 2 years in acting class.
Since getting out of jail, he's been everywhere, bouncing from interview to interview, and in one sit-down, he let his opinion fly on the whole Big Meech and 50 Cent situation. Charleston did admit one thing, though. There's still no proof that Big Meech ever snitched on anyone. No paperwork, no receipts, nothing. But at the same time, he doubled down and said 50 Cent had every right to feel some type of way, because Big Meech and his son ended up linking with people 50 considers enemies. And one of those so-called ops? Yep, Floyd Mayweather himself. And make no mistake, Floyd is not feeling Charleston's talk at all.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my fucking business, worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault.
The streets are saying if Floyd ever runs into Charleston, it's on sight. No warnings, no sit-downs, just instant problems. But that raises a big question. Does Floyd really care about helping Big Meech and his family get back on their feet? Or is this just another move to poke 50 Cent and keep the drama boiling? Either way, the situation keeps getting messier. Right now, the Big Meech situation is pulling everybody into the chaos, and Floyd Mayweather and Charleston White are the latest names caught in the crossfire. And yeah, this whole thing is turning ugly fast. Charleston recently dropped some claims in a new interview about the ongoing tension between Big Meech, Lil Meech, and 50 Cent, and his take had people shocked. He made it clear he doesn't buy into 50's claims that Big Meech is a snitch, saying until somebody shows real paperwork, he's not believing that story at all.
You do your research, you find out that there's no paperwork on Big Meech. So if you go do your research, you find out that there's no paperwork on Big Meech. That's why you hadn't seen no paperwork. It's all hearsay. Somebody saying he told, or somebody saying he used Tammy Cowan's to set up Cuffy. Well, when you do your research and you look at the court documents that's on Big Meech.
When it comes to rumors about Big Meech using Tammy Cowan to set up Cuffy and others, Charleston shut that down immediately. He said people need to stop pushing weak rumors and actually check facts before throwing heavy accusations around. But here's where it flips. Charleston also backed 50 Cent and didn't spare Big Meech or Lil Meech at all. He said he understands exactly why 50 snapped, because when nobody else was standing with them, not even Rick Ross, 50 was the only one holding things together. Charleston reminded everyone that 50 took Lil Meech under his wing, cleaned up his image, paid for acting classes, and put him into a major TV series that made him money, all while Big Meech was still locked up. That wasn't just business, that was loyalty. According to Charleston, 50 basically played a father figure role in Lil Meech's life, so to do all that, then see them turn around and connect with his enemies, Charleston called it a straight betrayal. And when Big Meech aligned himself with Rick Ross, he said that was the final slap in the face. He even said Big Meech and his son should expect whatever reaction comes their way.
You come home, I'm gonna put you in a better position. Nigga, for you to go Rick Ross, that's a slap in the face.
And if we rewind to how this all started, Charleston says the drama kicked off when Big Meech linked with Rick Ross trying to secure fast money after prison. But here's the twist. He claimed none of this would have happened if Lil Meech hadn't already burned through the money 50 put in his pockets. Yeah, that part made people look twice. So the moment 50 saw Big Meech moving around with Rick Ross behind his back, he took that as straight disrespect, and that's when he dropped the nuclear move, labeling Big Meech a snitch. The internet went into meltdown mode instantly. But while the public was reacting, Lil Meech was in panic mode behind the scenes, trying to stop everything from exploding.
Lil Meech jumped straight into 50's DMs, desperate to explain his father's moves and calm the situation down. He was practically begging, saying, "They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram and now you managing Skill Abba when I was the one who first brought him to you."
About you and Rick Ross.
That is desperation at the points that you hear things from him at this point. You know, because if you're looking for someone, it ain't that hard to find me. You know, I'm around. And I'm not used to having an altercation with law enforcement. I'm just not used to saying I'm gonna do something to a correctional officer.
Now you mad at me? Bro, I would take the shirt off my back for you. I've only ever shown you love and loyalty, and now you're treating me like the enemy? I can't believe this, man. I'm human. I go through my own struggles, but I never switched up on you. That message sounded like someone watching everything fall apart in real time. Lil Meech kept pushing, trying to soften the blow, saying, "But he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet stuff is throwing me off, man. You know me." It was clear he was trying to get back into 50's good graces and save the relationship. But 50 wasn't hearing any of it, not even a little. Instead of letting it slide, 50 went straight for the jugular and announced he was canceling the BMF series. That wasn't just retaliation, that was a financial shutdown. No BMF meant no steady checks, no spotlight, no safety net for Lil Meech. The internet went wild arguing over it. Some people felt Lil Meech did the right thing by apologizing, but others said he should have stood tall and checked 50 for coming at his father. And Bosey? He jumped right into the conversation with plenty to say.
Let this be a perfect example on you gotta be very careful on who you bring in and who you put on. That's Little Meech right there. And if you don't know, he's the son of Big Meech. And if you don't know who that is, well, Big Meech was one of the biggest drug dealers in Detroit, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, long story short, he went in jail.
Let's keep it real, though. 50 cutting off Lil Meech is a massive blow to his career. 50 was the one who opened the doors, put him on game, and gave him the platform. Without that backing, the future suddenly looks real shaky. You'd think Big Meech and Lil Meech would try to talk it out, make a call, and find a way to keep the show alive, right? Nope, not at all. Instead of cooling things down, they leaned even harder into the chaos. Lil Meech started linking up with more of 50's enemies, especially Floyd Mayweather. And this wasn't a one-time thing either. He's been spotted with Floyd multiple times, and the photos tell the whole story. Big Meech and Lil Meech didn't keep it quiet either. They've been posting up with Floyd and Rick Ross non-stop over the past few weeks, and just to make sure 50 caught the hint, Lil Meech dropped photos of them hanging out at Lucky Strike Bowling Alley in Miami with the caption, "Real Power." That didn't feel subtle at all. It felt like a direct shot.
He came out of jail and he started linking up with 50 Cent's ops. Now bear in mind, 50 Cent made BMF and put Little Meech on BMF without any acting skills.
Then it escalated even more. Lil Meech posted another clip showing himself, his father, and Floyd together at a private location, followed by footage of him and Floyd courtside at a Lakers game, looking real comfortable. With everything already boiling, nobody believes this was accidental. That was a statement, and it was meant to land loud. And let's not forget, 50 Cent and Rick Ross have been enemies for years. That beef didn't start over business, it started over ego. Ross claimed 50 gave him a dirty look on stage, and from that moment, it was war. No peace, no middle ground, just non-stop shots through music, interviews, and social media. 50 has never let Ross escape his past either. He's constantly reminded everyone that Ross used to be a correctional officer before stepping into rap life. In a 2015 interview with Tim Westwood, 50 flat out called Ross fake, making it clear he sees him as someone playing a role. And in another interview, 50 doubled down even harder, saying Ross was irrelevant and that he had zero respect for his career. And Ross? Yeah, he can't stand 50 either. He's gone at him plenty of times, making it clear he sees 50 as nothing more than a loud talker who likes to bully people. But while everybody already knows why 50 and Ross stay at each other's necks, the real shocker is how things completely fell apart between 50 and Floyd Mayweather. These two used to be tight like brothers, no exaggeration. Business moves, public appearances, big money energy everywhere. They were even on the cover of XXL magazine together as a power duo. Real loyalty, until 2012 hit and flipped everything upside down. That was the year Floyd did a short bid and trusted 50 to hold everything down while he was locked up. Floyd personally asked 50 to manage his whole operation, TMT, Mayweather Promotions, and the entire boxing setup. 50 agreed, thinking it would be smooth business, but instead, he walked into a full-blown mess. Once he got inside, he realized Floyd's businesses weren't even properly registered. No structure, no paperwork right, nothing. So instead of just managing things, 50 had to rebuild the whole system from scratch. And that stress, that's where the friendship started cracking. After dropping over $1 million of his own money to clean up Floyd's business situation, 50 expected one simple thing: either match the investment or pay him back. But when Floyd came home, everything changed fast. Instead of settling, Floyd accused 50 of trying to take over his company. That's when things turned nasty. While Floyd was throwing shots and pushing a smear campaign, other people were trying to help him get his money straight again. They even launched a "Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket" campaign, basically a fundraiser, just like the one Rick Ross wanted for Big Meech. The irony was wild.
And everybody knows 50 does not play about loyalty. He wasn't letting anyone lie on his name and walk away clean. But when 50 finally responded publicly, the narrative flipped, and suddenly he was painted as the villain. Floyd went full attack mode, calling 50 a male boxing groupie with a failed music career. For a moment, both sides told the media the beef was squashed and everything was cool again, but that peace, it didn't last long at all. Things got way uglier when Floyd took personal shots at 50's relationship with his son Marquise, and 50 didn't hold back. He fired right back, accusing Floyd of messing with his close friend's woman. No filters, no restraint. Then 50 escalated it even further by bringing up one of the darkest moments tied to Floyd's past. He accused Floyd of being involved in the tragic situation surrounding Earl Hayes and his wife, Stephanie Mosley. 50 even said, "Tell everybody why you was on FaceTime when he did what he did, because he was confronting you about messing with your wife." That shook the internet. But he wasn't finished yet. 50 went straight for Floyd's biggest insecurity and challenged him to read one page of Harry Potter. He even offered $750,000 to a charity of Floyd's choice if he could do it. That moment became legendary online. Floyd clapped back by flashing $72 million in checks, basically saying money speaks louder than anything else. But let's be honest, the jokes about reading never went away. Once the internet locks in, it sticks. Back in 2014, rumors of a 50 Cent versus Floyd Mayweather fight had fans buzzing heavy. Of course, it never happened. Then in 2018, Floyd took things to a petty level by inviting Tierra Mari, who was in the middle of a legal fight with 50, to perform at his nightclub. That move made it clear the beef was far from over. That moment, yeah, that was the final straw. Whatever friendship Floyd and 50 had left was completely erased. Floyd took it all the way public, dropping a brutal open letter on Instagram, and he showed zero mercy. He labeled 50 a snitch, mocked his music career, and went straight for the jugular by dragging his broken relationship with his son. Floyd painted him as a bitter, washed-up hater who couldn't stand watching other people win. After that post, there was no fixing anything. The beef was locked in permanently. So when Big Meech and Lil Meech started popping up with Floyd, you already know 50 was heated. And true to form, he didn't let it slide for even a second. 50 jumped on Instagram and posted a clip of Little Meech chatting it up with Rick Ross, throwing shade by joking that Ross was probably about to send Big Meech some free chicken wings from his fast food spot. And that wasn't even the worst part. 50 kept applying pressure. In another post, he compared Little Meech to Michael Rainey Jr., the breakout star of Power Book 2 Ghost. And the timing? Nasty. Michael had just won an NAACP award, so 50 made sure to highlight that difference loud and clear. The message was obvious. One was winning awards, the other was just riding waves. Then 50 turned it up again by posting an AI-edited video taking shots at Little Meech, hinting that he was on a fast track to repeat his father's mistakes. That clip spread fast and had people arguing everywhere. At first glance, it looked like 50 was going extra hard on Little Meech, who wasn't even directly involved in his father's alleged snitching. But why all that smoke? Why so much energy? 50 finally explained himself after Boosie checked him for coming at Little Meech sideways. 50 broke it down simply, saying, "I did more for Meech than anyone in his life." And in his mind, that kind of disrespect doesn't get ignored. Boosie pressed him even harder, asking why he was going full throttle at Little Meech, and 50 made it clear. This wasn't just about loyalty anymore. This was personal. 50 fired back saying, "That's why I responded like that. If he gets locked up, I'm the first person he calls. I bailed him out every time. But when I saw him laughing at his pop's post, I knew right then, oh, he is Snake too. He belonged right there with him." And that wasn't even the end of it. 50 went deeper, exposing how much he'd really done for Little Meech behind the scenes. He wasn't just handing him a TV role. He was keeping him out of real trouble and saving him from self-destruction. He broke it down raw, saying, "I put him in rehab. I gave him advice on how to manage his money, and I thought about it and realized he was uncomfortable with me and Meech's relationship. I was telling Meech what not to do, but his pops, he telling him what he used to do like it's all cool. I told Meech, chill, stop spending all your money, and his dad, he over there bragging about how much he blew. That right there says everything." Then 50 dropped the real bombshell. He revealed that Russell Hornsby, Meech's co-star on BMF, noticed Little Meech was not right on set at all. 50 said he was throwing up during a weapons test. Then Ian told me this little ninja had whippets in his truck. I was like, what? The F is whippets. I looked it up. It's that gas they use in BB guns. That moment had everybody shook.
At that point, 50 wasn't just upset about Lil Meech hanging with his enemies anymore. He felt flat out disrespected after doing so much for Lil Meech and the whole family. After everything he invested, the least they could have done was not embarrass him publicly by linking up with the same people trying to tear him down and then blasting the photos all over social media. Charleston White jumped in too, saying Big Meech's biggest mistake was posting that video with Rick Ross, then turning around and denying the snitch talk on camera. According to Charleston, that was a terrible move and only made things worse. Even if there was still a slim chance for 50 to let the Rick Ross situation slide and keep BMF alive, Big Meech and Lil Meech completely killed it by teaming up with Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's fully aware of the bad blood between Big Meech and 50, but instead of staying neutral, he's playing chess, using Meech and his son as pieces in his own war with 50 Cent. From the outside looking in, Floyd seems so locked in on revenge that he's willing to run over anybody in the process, even Charleston White. Word going around is that Floyd is allegedly moving behind the scenes trying to get Charleston White locked up and sent back to jail. If that's true, this beef has officially gone off the rails. So here's the real question. Do you think Floyd is actually trying to help Big Meech and Lil Meech? Or is this just another calculated play to get under 50 Cent's skin and keep the chaos alive? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this wild situation, because this story is far from over.